At first glance, Charlie Pattison strikes you like any other young rugby player. The 20-year-old winger is quick, committed, and highly rated by his teammates. He's so good that at first you'd probably fail to notice Charlie's competing at a significant disadvantage. He was born without his right hand. But from a young age, both his parents and Charlie were determined that his disability should not prevent him from living a full and normal life. Always keen to keep up with his elder brother, he was never allowed nor ever sought any special favours.
He was never treated any differently. Him and his brother were 15 months apart. They were treated exactly the same. They both were given a bag of crisps. If he couldn't open it, he couldn't eat them. So he learnt to do everything himself. Tie his own shoelaces, the whole lot.
As a young boy, he threw himself into every sport, but it was rugby he fell in love with after following his big brother down to the local club, Harpenden, just outside London in England. He was soon providing plenty of memorable moments.
There was 2 minutes to go to the end of the match. The Harpenden were trailing by 1 try onto that, and Charlie got the ball out to him on the wing, ran down, and as he was running down the pitch there was only one chap that was as fast as him that was chasing him, and all Charlie could do was to score the try, was to put his arm out, where the young lad grabbed hold of his arm behind, and Charlie disattached it from his arm, and then went on to score the try, leaving the other boy lying on the pitch, just holding his prosthesis.
Charlie went on to captain his school's first 15 and progressed through to county and regional trials. It's been challenging along the way, but he's learned to adapt his technique to the unique demands he faces on the pitch.
Well, I'm left wing, so that when the ball does come flying across me, I can catch it in and bring it in. Though if I was on the right wing, it'd be hard to adjust my arm to bring it back in. But tackling, it's all, I don't have a problem with that. Passing to the right's fine. Passing to the left is a little bit difficult, but it's still okay because I've managed to get rid of it that way.
Harpenden play in London Division 2. It's a fiercely contested championship just 2 levels below the national leagues. Charlie's reputation goes before him, but that doesn't stop the opposition thinking they can target him. Usually, it has to be said, at their cost rather than his. Far from taking offence, it's something he actually relishes.
I enjoy that because I do hear, like, when you walk past the changing room, so they've got a one-arm guy kick it up high. So I think that's more of a boost to go out there and prove them that I can do it, and I'm trying to be better than their wingers.
All right, gents, jog it back. Start again on there.
Perhaps the real tribute to Charlie as a rugby player comes from the opposition after the game, though perhaps not in the way you might imagine.
I've talked to coaches after games and I've said, oh, that left wing is brilliant. I said, yeah, not bad for one arm. And they've gone, one arm. And they haven't noticed. I mean, he played, yeah, it's astounding.
He will admit privately there have been frustrating times when he's pondered how much further he could have risen up the representative rugby ladder. He still has ambitions to play at a higher level once he's finished university. But far from dwelling on what fate has dealt him, he prefers instead to highlight the positives it has brought into his life.
I think it as if I didn't have one hand, I wouldn't be the person who I am, and I wouldn't, I don't know, maybe I wasn't given the gift of sidestepping or the speed or anything like that. So it's a really cringe way of putting it, but that's how I think of it.
And rugby being rugby, he's given no leeway on or off the pitch. He was fined for messing up this chance of a try and has to put up with plenty of jokes in the bar about left-handed drinking only. For Charlie, it's the one thing he's unlikely to ever be put into the players' court for. Perhaps the significant factor here is that nobody at the club thinks of this as much of a story. Charlie certainly doesn't, and that's about the biggest tribute they can pay to their teammate.
To be honest, we don't really notice it. I mean, he's been part of the first team here now for 2 or 3 seasons, and he is 9 games out of 10 the standout player for us. So you know, if anything, you know, you wish it was more of this ability to even things up. But he's a huge part of the team on the pitch by his performances, his contribution in the changing room, on the social side of things. He's a big part of the team, and to be honest, it goes completely unnoticed now.
I say to him on a regular basis, I glow with pride when I talk about you, and when I see him play, I can't explain it. I am so proud of him in every single way.